Meningococcal disease is a disease caused by a bacterium. The organism is a natural resident of the nasopharynx of humans, and it is spread by respiratory droplets from one person to another. If intervention is put in place very quickly, you can survive. However, if antibiotic treatment is delayed, your risk of amputation and or death is very significant. First at-risk group are young adults. The second at-risk group are very young children. When we started this project, there were only about 10 cases. However, the rate has rapidly increased, and so as of 2017 there were 44 cases.
When we focused on the DNA of the serogroup W, they fell into two different groups. We were having a group of isolates that were susceptible to penicillin, and the other group was resistant. Now, resistance to penicillin in Neisseria meningitidis has been described before, but it hasn't been described as an outbreak. So there was one gene causing the resistance, and by tracking that gene, we will be able to predict the antibiotic susceptibility to penicillin. There was also one isolate which showed reduced susceptibility to 2 antibiotics. So the appearance of this isolate in our community suggests that antibiotic resistance can happen and multi-drug resistance can happen. So the best way to get rid of it is not to treat it, but rather to eradicate it with the help of prevention, which is vaccination.
So that ultimately resulted in an emergency vaccination campaign beginning in 2016 in the 15 to 18-year-old age group. At the beginning of this year, the West Australian Department of Health has now announced that it's going to do free vaccination in children under the age of 5, and there will be a second catch-up campaign in young adults from the 18 to 25-year-old age group. And this has now led to changes in the vaccination policy to try and decrease the incidence of meningococcal disease. If we can stop meningococcal disease in Western Australia today and tomorrow, then we've saved a lot of lives. And so I'd really urge everyone to take this opportunity to get vaccinated.